Hey everybody, Marco here, and welcome to another pencil mark video. Today, I'm going to show you a puzzle from the most current Sudoku event, the 2023 GP Round 1. This is a round that I flopped in live. I only solved 3 out of the 12 Sudokus that were given, but yeah, that was the first time I did a Sudoku contest under time, so it was not a good showing for me. But yeah, let's make lemonade out of lemons and do some of these more complicated puzzles in our own time afterwards. They are free and on the website after all. This was a variant that seemed pretty interesting to me. It's got two different constraints that, like, two different extra clues that both use summation, so I thought they could interact in interesting ways. This is killer and xsums. We've got our standard killer rules where we've got our cages, which contain 2 digits that sum up to the number in the top left. And we've got our xsums, which when you write a digit at the start, the sum of the first x digits is equal to the clue. So this would work for 8 and 9. So these constraints are pretty clear. We've covered both of these types of constraints on this channel separately, not together. But yeah, let's try them out together. It's going to be interesting. So I guess first things first, we've got a lot of 20s and 22s. Let's quickly check out which number they could sum up to. Actually, this first part is a lot of me repeating previous work I did. I did not manage to complete this during the GP, but I got a bunch of opening deductions. So for 20, as I just showed, it's fine to have a 3 at the start. The other two cells would need to sum up to 17, so that would be fine with an 8 and a 9. What's not fine is a 2, of course, and also a 6 because the sum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 21. So a 20 clue needs to have a 3 to a 5 in front of it. A 22 clue cannot have a 3. Having a 4 is fine as long as the next 3 digits sum up to 18. And a 5 is fine, of course. A 6 is theoretically fine, but when you think about the cockroach sum for 22 in a 6 cell region is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. A 6 does not occur in it. And of course, the minimum in a 7 cell region is 28, so that's ruled out. So a 22 is also a 4 or 5. So we've already constrained the numbers that can go in the starts there fairly by a lot. And with that, we can start working on the cockroach parts. First of all, this 20, the number in front of it is in a 13 cage. That cannot be a 3, so this is a 4, 5, which pairs with this 4, 5, so we have a pair. This 20 is in front of an 8, so it cannot be a 4 because that would go with a 4. So we actually have a 3, 5 cell here, which pairs with the one next to it to make another 3, 5 pair. The 7, therefore, cannot be a 3, 4 pair. It cannot be a 2, 5 pair. It's got to be a 1, 6. I think that should feed into the 10 too, because it cannot be a 1, 6. It cannot be a 3, 5. I mean, it cannot be a 1, 9. It cannot be a 3, 7. It cannot be a 4, 6. It's got to be a 2, 8. And the 22, it can't be a 4, it can't be a 5 anymore, it's got to be a 4. The two remaining digits here are 6, no, it's 7 and 9. So let's do a 7, 9 pair here. Actually, that is resolvable because if this was a 7, then this would be a 4 as well, and there's already a 4 in this cage. So this is in fact just resolvable as a 9-2 with a 7 on the other side. This 22 above here is another 4-5, and it also pairs up with the 20 on the other side on top of another 13 clue to make a 4-5 pair. The 8 next to it, that can be a 2-6 or it can be a 1-7. Both of those are still fine. Oh, but there's 3 clues that both peek into the top right cell here. The 22, that's a 4-5 again. So that makes this 20 a 3 because 4-5 are both taken in that region. So this 3, that goes with an 8-9 pair. So the 3 looks down. Both the 3 and the 2 cover the 8, so that's got to be a 1-7 pair. This 4-5 goes with another 4-5 to make the 9. This 4-5 goes with an 8-9. As does this one up top. Since this 1-7 looks into the 8, and we can also not place a 3 or a 5 in that 8, this has to be the 2-6 pair. And below we have our unused cells being 1 and 7. I need some tea. Lately I've been brewing a pot of Genmai tea, and it's been really helping me through the day. So we've got a 2-6. That's looking into the 10. That restricts the 10 to either a 3-7 pair or a 1-9 pair. Both of those are still fine. The 4 here, that's a 1-3 pair. There's a 15 below that, that's either a 6-9 or a 7-8 pair. But think about it this way. If this is a 6-9, then we got an 8 here. If this is a 7-8, then we got a 9 here, which means that this cell and this pair, the numbers 8 and 9 definitely appear in those positions in this row. So that does resolve this 2-8 pair. The 8 has to move to the right. That means we do have one spot left here. This has got to be, whoops. This has got to be a 6 or a 7. Because it's whatever the other 6, 7, and the 15 clue isn't. I guess this 22 clue is interesting now that we've figured these out. If this is a 4, then the sum of these cells, we said, has to be 18, but that's not possible if this is a 1-7 pair. So we can narrow this down to a 5 in front and a 4 here. That does make this a 4, and we have a 5 over in this spot, making this an 8. This 4 does see 18 over here, which I guess is fine. If this is a 1, this can be an 8-9 pair. That's still fine. And if this is a 7, this can be, I don't know, a 9-2 or an 8-3. So that's not narrowed down quite yet. This 16 clue is interesting because it covers 5 cells. So that means the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 have to appear here. This actually does result in a 5 pair in these two positions, because they can't be in the 10, they can't be in the 16. They've got to be in one of those spaces. We also do end up, I guess, with either a 7 or a 9 as the other one, as the pair of the 5. They can't appear in the 16, and only one of those appears in the 10, the one that pairs with the 1 or the 3. This cell here is also a 7 or a 9. And yeah, it's going to pair with the other one that's in the 10. I think the 1 or 3 has to go here, because if it goes in the middle, it's going to block this column and it's going to block those two spots here. So it blocks the number from being placed into the 16 entirely. I think that's a deduction we'll have to use for a lot of the other spots as well. This one cell blocking all of those. So the 1, 3, that can be placed over on the right, which pairs up with the 7, 9. This also means the options for this cell here are 1, 3. Because whatever thing is in here, it's going to block off everything in that region. 1 is also restricted to this column because of this pair. Okay, phone went off. I'm back now. So I guess the thing I should have spotted earlier is that there is, in fact, a 2 at the bottom of the right column. So we've got a 6 here and a 2 over here. That means the last number that we can place in the middle, well, that's going to be an 8. I believe that is true. That means the 25, that can't contain an 8. So where does that lead us? I think this is the part where I was stuck on during the competition. It was tough getting past this point here. I cannot make this 8, this cell in the 8, a 3. Because if I do, this has to be an 8-9 pair, and there's already an 8 at the top here. So this is, in fact, going to resolve to a 5-3 here, which means we can't have a 5 up here. That means the 5 in the top goes to the right. And I guess we have a 5 pair. Let's put it on the right in these two cells. One of these will be a 5. This 3 does see this 1-3 pair. So this is going to be a 1 pairing up with this 1 here. This is going to be a 9 pairing up with the 7. And we're going to resolve the 1-3. So this makes this a 7 as well. Our remaining numbers here are 3, which does pair up here. And we also have 2, 4, and 6, which I will not pencil mark since they're not really constrained at all. Let's check the left side. I don't think this really affects anything there, sadly. We do know 7 can't go on the top. But that's it. This 1 up above, that feeds into the bottom now. This is going to be a 6-1 pair like so. And that means this 1-7 pair gets resolved as well. So by that, we do know that a 1 is going to be in this 18 clue, since it's got to be in the middle and it can't be on the left. I guess we also do have the knowledge that this 1 is going to be in one of these spaces, which is neat, I guess. But we also know that this is just going to be that in general. I wonder if the deduction that since this is a 4-5 double, we know that this region or this region is going to sum up to 42 in total. These numbers here sum up to 28 since it's 45 minus 15 minus 2. That means that these two cells and whatever's here or here, those are going to sum up to 14. That deduction's unusable. Come on. What am I thinking? Although, lust. Well, I guess it could be a 149. I was wondering if that meant that a high number could not go there. That's still fine, though. Oh, actually, these ones do mean that we have a 1 in one of these two spots. So that means that one of those, yeah, it's definitely 1. So the other two numbers have to add up to... The other two numbers have to add up to 13, which means that this cannot contain a 2. The 2 moves to the right here. It could be something like a 4-9 pair. It can't be a 5-8. It can't be a 6-7. It's actually got to be a 4-9 pair. So since the 9 can't be in the center, the 9 goes here and here. And the 4 goes somewhere in the middle. It pairs up with whichever one on the right is a 5. So that's pretty interesting. We know that this is a 1-9 pair now. What? Okay, I think I did a pretty big leap of logic here, but I think I am following it still. 7 is going to end up as a pair on the bottom. And the other cell that we have, the other number that we have that can be placed in this 4x4 is an 8, and that can just go anywhere. However, now I don't think that this can be a 9, because we've either got to have a 7 or an 8 in this 20 region, and that's going to be impossible with the 9 there. So we can resolve this 1-9 pair as a 1 over here and a 9 over here. I'm wondering if this here can be the 5 clue, because we're going to have 5, 9, 4. That sums up to 18 already. And okay, I guess that's fine if we have a 1-3 pair to make the remaining 4. If we have 4 and 9, well, that means we have 13. So the rest 9 can't be made, can it? It can. Okay, never mind. We'd have to make a pair that adds up to 9. That's either, I guess, 1-8, which is blocked, 2-7, which is blocked, 4-5, which is blocked, and 3-6, which is not blocked quite yet. So this would be a 3-6 or a 1-6 pair. Either way, 6 does end up in the bottom side. The 20 clue as a 4-1, that still works if we have a 6-9 pair to make the remaining 15. As a 5-1 with a 4, we would need two numbers that add up to 10, which is not possible, actually. The 1 blocks the 1-9, the 8 over here, that blocks the 2-8, the 7 blocks the 3-7, and the 4 blocks the 4-6. So actually, we can disambiguate this. This is going to be a 4. We're going to have a 5. Wait, I mismarked this 6 pair. Whoops, that was supposed to be a 3 pair. This is going to go with the 4 on the other side. And we are going to have a 1-3 pair over here. Oops, that's a little bit messy. 1-3 pair. And a 6-9 pair up top. This cell is going to resolve to a 9 by the 13 cage. That means up top we're going to have a 7-8 pair. Oh, and that resolves because of the 1-7 pair on the right. This is going to be an 8, this is going to be a 7, this is going to be a 6 down here. There's our outside border. And that means... that does mean we only have one option for the 7 here, which means we have our 2-8 pair. And that does resolve this 5 here, which is the last remaining thing we need for the 20 cage. So that should give us our pairs on the right side as well. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this row, we're missing 6 and 8. No way to resolve that quite yet. And our other two numbers are 3 and 5. Those are also not resolvable just yet. And I don't think those affect the 22 clue going down in any way either. Wait, this 3, is that possible with this 22? I'm not quite sure it is. Yeah, if we have 5 and then we have 8, that's 13. Oh, I guess it's still fine with 3 and 6. Actually, we have to have a 3-6 pair because we need something that sums up to 9, and the only way that's possible with the digits 2, 3, 4, 6, it's got to be 3 and 9, and 3 can't be in the center, so it's got to be 3, 6, like so. 4, 2 is resolved like this. We have 4 at the bottom now, and that gives us our 2-8 pair as well. So the digit at the center, we should just get that from the column. That's going to be... is it 6? No, it's 7. We should be able to get a few more pairs. This is a 4 pair. 2 can be anywhere on the left, as can 3. 6 is somewhere on the left that's not in the center. Same thing with 8, it's just not in the center here. And 9 is in one of the top 2 cells. All right. So now we're left with, I guess, a few more unresolved X sums clues. We can cross off these, I think. Wait, no, we can't cross off that one quite yet. These, though, we have these pencil marked. This 20 clue goes up. It sees 5, 9, 1, and the two next ones sum up to 5 again. That's got to be 2, 3, so the 6 moves up to the top, guaranteed. And it's going to go into the bottom here, one of these two cells. Not resolvable quite yet. But that is going to be... that's going to be the 20 resolved here. This 22 going up. I don't think this can be a 6 because I can just tell from even parity. This is going to be a 6, this is going to be an 8, and this is going to be an odd. That's going to sum up to an odd number. So we know the 6 is going to be over here on the left. That's going to push it to the right down below. 4, 6, that leaves 12 for here. So this is either going to be a 3 with a 9, which is impossible. So it's got to be a 5 with a 7. that feeds up into this 1-7 pair, which we could have resolved earlier. Whoops. And we also have our 8-9. We're missing in the center. It's going to be a 2 in one of these spots. It's a 3 on the right. There's a 5 on the left. And on the right, we still need a 9. Yeah, that's got 2 possibilities. Let's check the 25, because that should be resolvable by sum. We've got 6, we've got 5, we've got 2. We need a remainder of 12, so that is resolvable with the 3-9 sum. That's got to be 3 here, 9 here, and that should resolve a lot. We're going to have a 9, an 8, and a 4. That means the 4 left over here is in the center. Oh yeah, this 3 is going to resolve the 2-3, which is going to feed back into this 2-5. This 2 is going to go to the bottom. Oh, but it can't repeat in the same cage, of course, so it's going to go to the left. 3 is going to go to the top. 5 is going to go to the top as well. It's going to go to the outside of the cage by Sudoku because of the 5 up above. So we get the 3 inside, which resolves a few things here. And our last thing, that's got to be an 8 by killer anyways. And that should pretty much give us the rest. Let's just check upstairs. This is going to be, yeah, we need a 2. Then in this row, our 9 is missing, which gives us our 6-9 pair over here. 9s, 6s, and our last digit is a 4. All right, very well done here. Wow, I did not manage to get this under the time crunch, but doing it afterwards, I could see the flow of logic, and it was really nicely how everything sort of built up from just getting the initial logic of how the 20s and the 22s worked on the outside. I actually had 22s marked down as 4 to 6 because of the time rush. I did not register that the 6 was an impossible there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you're doing the Sudoku GPs weekly, I mean, not weekly, they're actually, I think, monthly, but bi-weekly if you also count the puzzle championships. I wish you good luck. I'm gonna need it too, so please wish me good luck as well. And thank you for watching. If there are any other Sudokus that were done in this last GP set that you want me to do a video on, please do let me know in the comments below. And that's it for me. Bye-bye.